Hey everyone, welcome to Everyday Reviews. We're here in beautiful Prince Edward County in Southern Ontario. Do you know what the fastest growing segment in Canada is in the automotive sector? It is the subcompact crossover SUV, or small SUV as some want to call it. And the leader in that segment is the Kia Seltos. And for 2024, this Seltos gets some really tasty upgrades, an upgraded engine and transmission, and also even some new colors like this Pluton Blue. For 2024, the Seltos gets a different look. Starting from the front, you'll notice the black tiger nose grille. It's been enhanced. Now it's a little bit larger. You have a different lower bumper area. Also, what's really new, if you go for the EX trim and above, you get what they call the Star Map system. It's a lighting system, and you see these lights have a very unique signature to them, and you have this horizontal light that kind of meets and kind of frames that new Kia logo. When it's coming down the road at nighttime, you can definitely tell that this is a Kia product. Also, different fog lights, they're vertical, they kind of go within the theme of the lighting system. So all in all, definitely a more bold appearance package. There's also a new X-Line trim right above the SX, and that gives you some more appearance items, gives it a more of a bolder, rugged appearance. Standard, you get 17-inch wheels, but they've been redesigned for all trims. SX and the X-Line get 18-inch wheels like we have right here. On the side, depending what trim you get, this does have the proximity key, so you don't even have to pull out the key fob. You can just touch that. That does not extend to the rear doors. Open up the fuel flap and you'll see there is no premium fuel needed. And that's a big plus considering this particular model is a 1.6 liter turbocharged model. Let's look at the back. In the rear of the new Seltos, you'll see, first of all, these roof rails have a kind of a unique design to them. Also, the lighting system, they are standard LEDs on the EX trim and up. If you get below that trim, you're just gonna get regular incandescent bulbs. But this is also unique to the EX and above, that Star Map lighting system. It mimics the front lighting that we talked about. Also, speaking of lighting, the rear reflector and the reverse light have been relocated, and they have a kind of a cool design there. You do get a rear wiper. Now, here's one thing that's quite unusual or kind of rare in this segment. A power liftgate, yes, on the small SUV segment. Now, this does not come standard on all trims, but the fact that it is available is a huge bonus. In the back, nice flat area here. If you need room, of course, you can fold the rear seats down, lift up this hatch here, and you do get not a full-size spare, but you do get a spare tire for those that are wondering. So yeah, lots of utility for this small ute. You do get a button to close it. There's a general theme in this video, and that is you can get big features in a small package. So this Seltos interior is almost no different than a lot of its siblings. There's larger siblings in terms of features, what is available, and their options. You don't have to get them if you don't want to. What's new on this brand new 2024 is this screen system here. It is one large piece. It's embedded into the dash quite nicely. It's not just like just right in front of you there. And base, you get a 4-inch display for the driver's display and some other lights on either side of it, and you get an 8-inch infotainment screen. On this SX that we're driving here, we actually get two 10.25-inch screens. So you have a full digital cockpit and you have the full 10.25-inch. Now you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard equipment. If you go from the smaller screen, 8-inch, it's wireless. On the larger screen, it is not wireless. You have to use your USB. So you have two USBs up front, a Type A and a Type C. In the back, you have two Type Cs. Other big features, what we're sitting on here, these are leather seats, standard or cloth, but you can get available full leather seats. They're heated, they're ventilated in the front, and the rear seats have heat as well. We have a heated steering wheel, Backup cameras, standard of course. We do not get a 360 camera. It's not available in the Seltos, unfortunately. That's one thing that I kind of wish all cars actually had, but this one is equipped with a sunroof and it has the automatic climate control. And one thing that I do like about the Kia systems are you have the auto feature, which I do like. You just hit auto and you have a selection of 1, 2, or 3 fan settings for the auto setting itself, because sometimes some vehicles you put it on auto and it's like the fan's too high, but when you lower the fan it turns off auto. This one you have 3 selections of auto. And we also get a very sporty flat bottom leather wrapped steering wheel. And for a small crossover, I'm really impressed. This is available with a head-up display. It does not shine directly onto the windshield. It has its own screen and it's retractable. If you don't want to see it, you can actually fold it down. It's up to you. Also, this one has a Bose stereo and you do have memory settings for the power seats. You can also set it for easy exit and entry. When you get in or get out, it's going to adjust the seat for you. So let's take a look in the back. In the back, first thing I notice, there is a lot of foot room. There's a lot of height. This seat rides quite high. And so even if you have really big fat feet, it's gonna fit under there. Leg room, not even close, my knees to the back of the driver's seat, which is actually very far back right now. Quite comfortable. These seats don't slide forward or back, but they do have a couple positions for the recline. Right there, we do have seat belts for 3, and you do have your cup holders in the middle here. We mentioned we get 2 USBs, you have separate air vents for the rear. There is a seat back pocket for the passenger side, but none on the driver's side. My butt is warm because I just realized the seat heat is on back here. I don't know, I must have did that to myself. But yeah, not bad at all. There is a small little hump on the floor, just to be aware of that. It's not too big though. Let's drive. I really like how Kia's just really giving you a broad range of different options in the drivetrain. First of all, you have front wheel or all-wheel drive. Not everybody wants the extra weight and the extra cost of all-wheel drive, so you can go front wheel drive. If you do choose the all-wheel drive, well, it's going to cost you a little bit extra, but sometimes you might need it. This one's also equipped with a lock for the front and rear if you want to split the power front and rear. Maybe you're in a sticky situation or in winter conditions, you might want to use that. That's a big plus for us up north here. Then we go under the hood. We have a 2-liter 4-cylinder, 146 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque. That's the base engine. If you go up to the turbo, that's the 1.6 turbo. Now it's been updated. You get 20 more horsepower. So 195 horses underneath the hood of this particular vehicle we're driving. That's almost 200 horsepower for a small SUV. That's pretty decent. Now, also what they've changed is the transmission. Gone is the dual clutch transmission. Now they've brought in a new 8-speed automatic transmission. And for most, that's probably going to be a little bit more enjoyable to drive, a little more traditional. It's really, really smooth. We're in sport mode right now. We do have 3 different modes. We have normal, sport, and we have smart mode. We are trying sport mode out. There's a little bit of difference when you go into sport, a little bit more engaging, a little bit more responsive. Now you might hear some noise in the background. That's because of the wind. It is so windy out here in southern Ontario. It's just like, I've seen little tornadoes. I've been almost blown away. So that's probably not normal. We're gonna drive this for a couple of days. Otherwise, the ride is really, really quiet. This is a very easy vehicle to drive. You do ride up nice and high, and this is gonna be a nice option if you are maybe coming from a sedan or you just like a higher load in height when you get in or get out. Maybe you're older, maybe you have some mobility issues. It's really nice to have a higher seat. Now, on the same note though, for myself, this is my own preference, I wish the seat would actually go lower. I feel like I'm just almost too high and it's as low as it goes, but most people actually do like to ride nice and high. And for conveniences, that head-up display is really, really clear. I can see it very nicely with these sunglasses. These are not polarized though. I don't have my polarized ones to test with it, unfortunately, but it is a color display as well. And I have my little green steering wheel because we do have lane assist on here. We do have blind spot monitoring on this. We don't have the blind spot monitor like for the screens that some of the other Kia products get, but we do get the blind spot warning on the mirrors. And we do have, though, the lane keeping. We also have a highway driving assistant. And I gotta tell you, it works very, very well. We're not even a large highway, and we tried it out, and you can go hands-free for quite a while, even around some pretty, pretty significant corners. I tested that out. Yeah, it's pretty good. And a lot of times you don't get those type of features on small SUVs, which sometimes people consider the small SUV as an entry-level car. But what I'm really liking though is just because it's a small SUV doesn't mean that it has to be an entry-line vehicle, because not everybody needs the larger size. And why penalize someone if I want something small but I want all the features? Well, you get that with this Kia Seltos. You can get it nice and base. You don't have to get it, but once again, if you want to, they've at least given you options. Okay, from a stop, here we go. Okay, there's a little bit of lag there, but that is 100, just over 100K or 62 miles an hour for you, in case you're wondering about the 0 to 60 or 0 to 100. There's just a slight bit lag. Once you get going, that was from a standstill. At a roll, we're doing 75 clicks here. If we hit it, it is definitely more responsive. There are 3 drive modes. There's normal, there's sport, and there is smart. Final thoughts, I think Kia has a winner on their hands. They've done a great job. First of all, exterior styling, it's bold, it's different, it's kind of rugged a little bit. And for a small SUV, everyone thinks this is entry class, but it really doesn't have to be. Not everybody needs a large vehicle, and why penalize someone that wants a smaller vehicle but not allowing them to have some of the creature comforts that other larger vehicles do? And Kia's providing, this thing is fully featured if you want it to be. That's another thing. You get options. Front wheel drive, all-wheel drive. For a small SUV, you get dual screens, heated front and rear seats, ventilated seats even, the power liftgate, a head-up display. You get so much content on here, including that Kia Connect with the phone as a key. These are all things that you would find in a lot of premium vehicles, and you're getting this in this small Kia Seltos, which really isn't that small, because you think about it, these small, what they call small SUVs nowadays, are almost the size of what the compacts were at one time. Compacts are like mid-size what they used to be now. So there's nothing really small about this Kia Seltos. It's big inside, outside, big on features. If you want a stylish, smaller crossover SUV with or without a lot of features, have a look at the new Kia Seltos. That's it from Prince Edward County in Southern Ontario this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you'll know when the next everyday review drops. Hope to see you on the next one. Cheers.